Welcome back to AMC and ADD, where we buy, hold, and screw the hedge, you guys. It's good to see you again. I'm going to come back on here, do maybe about a 10 or 15 minute synopsis, maybe even a little bit less on what's going on. We're going to be hitting the road here soon. We're still in the hotel room right now, eating like champions over here. Yep, there's this is what it takes to be a champion, I guess. Apparently, Gatorade and peanut butter M&Ms. I can't stop laughing. Okay, let's look at what we got going here. Turn the phone sideways. Try and get a better angle on this stuff here for you guys. Utilization 90.68. That seems like it's barely up if it's up anything from yesterday. There's our cost to borrow 1.5 days to cover. Forget that. Loans 105.36. I think that's going to be going up tomorrow, guys. I'm seeing a lot of heavy loaning going on today. So I do think that we're going to start to see shares, lent shares, moving on up. So if we look at the chart down here, let's see where we actually did move to. And you'll have to give me a second. I didn't preset this one up. So you'll have to realize that this is charting a little bit differently than it does on my computer at home. So that big shift up there that you're seeing is actually what happened in June, right back here. And so what happens is it doesn't, if I get in on the data right here, you can see down here that it's saying June 14th. And then if I scroll all the way over to the side, it's showing August 23rd. So it's skipping like, I don't know, like a week at a time. Yeah, it's like that. Those are like week-long candles, basically. So this is, it's well zoomed out here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and zoom in on this just a little bit closer so we're seeing more current data. So now if I pull up on the candles here, you should see each day should be a day. Okay, it is. All right. So this is what we're looking like right now. That big, huge green candlestick is yesterday, and shares on loan went down just ever so slightly, it looks like. But we throw in the on loan average age per day, and boom, it is making a spread, a much bigger spread. I would expect to see higher prices today, and if we don't see higher prices, then they are loaning massive amounts of loans in order for them to be able to knock the price down or keep it down. If that's happening tomorrow, that big red line that red line right there is going to start moving upwards. And if that starts moving upwards, if you have brand new loans coming onto the books, it is going to cause the green line to start to drop down. If you guys have been watching this show for a while, you know I've said this over and over and over and over. When that green line has a massive dip, we're about 7 to 15 days away from a massive price increase. That's 7 to 15 business days, I think. I think I said 7 to 15 days before in the past, but I think it's actually 7 to 15 business days. So if that happens, if it does massively shoot down tomorrow, then what we'll be looking at is we can start counting down the days, basically a week from today. And today is, what's today, Wednesday? So that would be like the 3rd, I guess. I think Wednesday's the 3rd. I don't know. I'm not looking at any calendars or anything right now, so I'm not sure. Anyways, moving on. That's something to watch out for. The amount of institutional ownership is still the same at 127.7. The dark pools show that we're currently trading, and I updated this just a little while ago, 55.13%, which means we're probably in the range of 60% right now. The max pain is at $37, if you can recall that from this morning. So for the options, in order to inflict the most amount of pain against the hedge funds, anything higher than $37 is going to be ideal. So obviously we're going to try and keep it under that, right? I mean, that would make sense. In the money options, look at that, 115,000 contracts in the money. Look how many are out of the money. That is so huge. I'm not covering OI right now with you guys and all that kind of stuff. I have a page pulled up for it, and we'll look at it here in a second, but it's a little bit more difficult for me to see. But looking over here at the puts, 122,000 options, contract options are out of the money. That's pretty deleveraged. I mean, you look at that, it's like, well, I shouldn't say that's deleveraged. Actually, that's very well leveraged. It's 115 to 122, which means that they've had to probably buy some calls on the call side in order to in order for them to re-leverage themselves correctly. And then, of course, we know that there's probably a lot of investors out there who are buying out of the money long calls in order to try and make some cash. So it's hard to know who's doing the leveraging, but it's better leveraged than it has been. As far as the shares being lent, let's see if I can scroll to it. I didn't see it. I guess earlier this morning I saw it was down to 0, so it's not showing up now. I've waited too long to show you guys, but the total amount of shares was down to 0, and we had I think it was 1.4 in the ETFs, so it gotten really low, and now they've returned them. But as you saw based off the Ortex data, this is where we're at currently, 100,000 to and 2.2. If we go back to Ortex and we look at it, the utilization, or sorry, not utilization, the right here, sorry, 1.71 million shares are shown to have been borrowed for the day today. So that's important to note. And also 17.18% short share interest. That was down to some ridiculous number this morning, 15. But it's obviously going up because they're borrowing like crazy. So yeah, watch. That's what's happening, guys. They're borrowing loans. They're really borrowing a lot of loans to try and fix what's going on here. I do want to show you this. Unfortunately, what I can't do is I can't hover over this to get the ratios for some reason. I can't touch it for some reason either. But it looks to me like AMC. Well, AMC is the #1 traded stock or trending stock on Fidelity. But the buy to sell ratio is 50 to 50. I do believe there's paper hands happening right now. If you want to know why the price is kind of stagnated where it's at, I think we do have some people who are kind of, maybe some of those people who got in for, I don't know, let's just say 40, 42, 43, $44. They may have rode that ride down to, 28, and they're like, okay, now that I'm back in the money here, I'm done. I don't want any part of this. And that's cool. Goodbye. See you later. We'll see you next time you decide to come back for some more. And that's their loss. Not a big deal. It's not going to hurt us. We're doing just fine. Trust me. If I thought there was something crazy happening, I would have been on here already talking about it. What did I want to show you? Webull. So I drew this. I drew. I drew. I didn't drove. I drew. I drew this out earlier. We were trending in this really nicely until we fell out of it. That's probably some paper hands there. I also believe that it's also stock manipulation as well. How much of it's what, I'm not sure. I do know that our high, let's see if I can get the number to show up on the page here. Wait a minute. Is there a new high? There's a new high. That's a new high right there. Our old high used to be over here. It was like 48.19. So we do have a new high over here. Looks like we're now at a high of 48.30. And what I can tell you about that is that when we were at 48.19, 38.50 would have been a 20% drop or synthetic price failure. So, but we didn't see that happen, and so basically we're just kind of, I guess, what I would call consolidating right now, right? I mean, this is kind of looks like consolidation across. Ignore the trend that I had, kind of the wedge that I drew there, but that's what it looks like to me. It looks like we're just kind of consolidating along right now. It's going to be difficult for me to check. Let's see. Yeah, I can't touch things on my screen, and so therefore it won't give me the data to be able to read off to you. But I would imagine that RSI is pretty high. Here, let me see. I can do something here. Hold on a second. So I'll pull out to the 1 hour. And drive down here to the bottom, and I don't know if you can see that, but we're above 70. That blue line right there on the left hand side, I guess I could put my mouse on it, huh? Right here, and that's drawn across to 70. So on a 1 hour chart, we're definitely showing overbought. Let's go to a 30-minute. Okay, here we go. Here's 30 minutes. This is what we're kind of looking like right here. I want to point out to you guys that this is a double top right here. So we've tested the top at 48.30. 48.19 was this one right here. This one right here was 48.30. So, This is not a bad double top to me. What I would do, and I'm not going to do this while I have to hold the phone because it would just be, well, maybe I will. Let's try it. You guys are going to have to bear with me. I'm going to get rid of this formation, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a triangle. Oh, this is going to get nasty. Trend line. I'm doing this like while looking at my phone. This is so tricky. I'm going to draw this trend line out. And we're probably forming a new triangle here. Hopefully you guys see it faster than I'm drawing it because this is painful. So I'm going to draw it from like right here, I think. Oh, you son of a gun, you didn't give me my trend line. Oh, I almost hit it. So something like that, if you get the idea of what I'm trying to draw out here. So this would be a period of consolidation. What you might see here happen is, you know, some people would want to call this a pennant. This is not a pennant. We have a double top for sure. This is drawing out, and what's going to happen here is we're probably going to bounce up and down. We might test this top of $38 and some odd cents. Probably 3 times. We might see it hit another time. So it's going to just kind of consolidate here. It's going to bring our RSI down a little bit. Hit that, and then we'll have another breakout here. So that's kind of what I would be expecting to see going forward. I think that our down day is going to be tomorrow. I would not expect it to be today. We currently are showing a 3% gain for the day today right now. If I pull up my watch list, Robinhood is down 1.8%, Amazon is down 0.3%, Cinemark is up like 6%, Dogecoin is like breaking even at 28, which is kind of low. GME is at 1% and AMC at 3.1% today. So I mean, I think things are looking really good for us, guys. Just know that if you're looking for like a good entry point, like if you have some extra cash and you want to spend it, no, sorry, I have to rephrase this. If I had some extra cash that I was willing to spend on AMC, I would be looking at a 20% drop from whatever previous high we had. So right now it's 48.30. And is that correct? Yeah, 48.30. It's right here. 48.30, and so you just subtract 20% off of that. You know, 10% being $4.08, so $8, $9.60. So basically $10 off of 48.30, which is what I was saying before, 38.50. If I was going to buy some shares, I'd be looking for a drop point like that. I do think that something like that could be coming up tomorrow. That's what I expect to see happen tomorrow, because that's how they're going to try and get people to sell more shares. Try and create more paper-handed bitches. I apologize for the language, but that's what it is. Volume 121 right now, guys. 121. What time is it right now? 10:31. We're not even halfway through the day yet, guys. I'm gonna wait. I think I said 200 to 230 this morning. I didn't write it down. I should have written it down. But man, that's a monster. That's a monster to only be up to 2.6%. That's pretty crazy. All right, guys, that's your update for this morning. It took me about 14 minutes, not too bad. I'll get back to you guys if I see some. I'm probably only going to get back to you if I see something crazy. Honestly, we're doing well. We're doing really well. There's nothing to really tell you. If you guys have something you want to talk about, I'm checking the comments. Oh, I did say that I would check options. Let's just check that real quick, because I'm sure you want to see that. That probably is like, you're like, what about the options? Because I mean, yeah, it's pretty sick. Look at some of these numbers. These are out of the money long positions that will be in the money if it hits over these numbers. So you got 40, the blue column. Let me see. It's hard to hold my phone here. Okay. $46. These are what could come into the money as we go up in price. So obviously I did this earlier when we were underneath these values. So some of these may be in the money, but it looks like we got a really big level at $50. 97,000 at 50. If we can hit 50 by the end of this week, wow. Whoa, wow. That's pretty crazy. And there's some big numbers out here that are way out of the money. Just way, way out of the money. Looks like they're covering. Because the open interest is down. Unless I'm just not looking at far enough back. Oh, yep, there's some of that open interest. There it is. It does look like they're covering some of their positions, though. Yeah, anyways, guys, we're looking really good. And I'll get back to you guys a little bit. If you leave comments in the comment section about things you want me to talk about, I'm trying to get back to every single person. So do a shout out, say something that you want to see, and I'll touch on it. Or maybe it's a news article, maybe it's something completely non-related to anything that I've checked so far. Throw it out there, and I'll touch on it.